Welcome to Dudes and Dads Talk the Enneagram. I'm your host, Andy Lehman, and today we are going to be talking just a little bit about what it's like to be a Enneagram 2, what it's like to be an Enneagram 2 Wing 3. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what features do Enneagram 2s have, and then how that kind of plays out in my life. So if you're ready, let's go dive right into it. So what exactly does it mean for me? What features do when Enneagram 2s have? So their survival depends on the love and approval of others. That means being connected in a relationship is the main focus. And with that, there's going to be an emphasis on what others need and helping, the person that they feel is an important person. So this may lead, though, to overextending, being dependent, or even manipulative. They define themselves by what they can do for others. They are a chameleon, though, and adapt to the loved one's needs. They seek to secure connection and can be boundaryless and even codependent. They struggle for personal freedom and can feel controlled by others' needs. They want to be indispensable and to do that, they'll hide their own needs. Their giving is manipulative, though. They give in order to get, and they're often unaware of this. So that's kind of an overview of what a Enneagram 2 looks like. So I'm going to dive in a little bit about what that looks like for me. So I'm very knowledgeable on a lot of things, but I'm not very deep. If I become interested in something, that takes up my whole headspace for a while. So that's whether that's how I can be helpful to you. I dig into this very feature of me, and I try to find out everything I need to know about this one little thing. So I can be very knowledgeable and I can be indispensable to you if I need to. So that I can take up my headspace for a long time. If I'm into something, I'm really into something. And then, for me, I have to have the love and approval of others. I want to help people on the things, and I really overcommit. So like I was talking about earlier, where it talks about they can struggle for personal freedom and feel controlled by others because I want to help you out. And so I sometimes really overcommit because I want to help you so much that I just overcommit to everything. And I have a hard time saying no because, again, I want to help you out. So if you need help, I'm definitely going to jump in there and say, yeah, I'll help you. And then it's not till later when I overcommit that I realize that I'm overcommitted, and it's really, really hard to say no. And then I feel even worse when I have to back out of something because of the way that I am. And so I can also get irritated when it's somebody that I know and I have the approval that I already have the approval of, and they ask me to help them. I don't mind helping, but I want to do it on my own terms. So for me, what that means is like my family, if they are saying something like, can you do this for me? Can you go get me a glass of water? Sometimes I get really irritated because I'm like, just do it yourself. Yeah, I want to help, but I want to do it on my own terms because, again, for me, sometimes that is manipulative. I want to get something from you. And so if I don't necessarily, quote unquote, need you or need your approval, but you ask me to do something, I may get real irritated. And so then when I want something from somebody and I'm not getting it, I can be very manipulative to try and get that person to give me what I want. I can drop hints. I can, say things. My wife has always said I'm really good at getting the little swag things. Like if I want something from a company that has a t-shirt or something going on, I'll somehow find my way and wiggle my way into making sure that I get that product. Just because, yeah, I'm very manipulative about that. And I don't always mean to be, but if you're not giving me what I want, I'm pretty good at dropping hints. And I don't mean that in necessarily a good way, though. I talked about one of the things for two is the struggle or the kind of a chameleon. They adapt to fit in with the people around them and the people that they love and that they want approval from. And I'm very, very good at that. I blend in very well with others. If I'm with someone and they ask me what, we should do or eat, I usually don't have an opinion. I want them to be happy. So I want them to pick, which also a lot of times just leads to frustration because then they feel like they're leading the relationship. And also, I when talking with people, I can feel like, I can feel what they're feeling a lot. If I think that they're going to be angry, I get angry. I feel angry. Like my wife is sometimes, makes me aware that I do this because if she walks in the room and there's something wrong, I immediately feel like wrong too. And she's like, I know, I just need you to feel your own emotions because just because I'm angry doesn't mean you need to be. So, and then I think what they think, but when I change groups, it is easy for me to think what they are feeling too. I'm very much a chameleon. So if I'm, with somebody, then they think that pizza is better than pasta, then I will be thinking pizza is better than pasta because I want to please them and I want them to. I don't want to put them out. I don't want to get wrong. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I do also struggle for my own personal freedom too. There are definitely things that I want to do and I don't do it because I want to please others so that my time gets so filled up and I get mad because I'm so busy. But then I start to feel burned out because I'm so busy doing things for others and I don't make time to do my own things, or when I do, I just kind of completely shut out and get burnt out. When I'm burnt out, I'm burnt out. I don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to talk to others. I do not want to be with others when I get burnt out because I struggle for my own personal freedoms. And then, so I have a tough time saying, no, I'm going to be doing this. I need time to myself, or I'm doing this by myself or I'm doing this because I want to do it because I really want to help others feel better. So that's kind of how I am there. I want to be the go-to person for this. Like if I'm helping you out with something and I feel threatened, if I feel that someone else can do it better than me, I definitely feel threatened and I feel like you won't need me anymore. And so I feel like, there's times that I step away from things because I can't do it better than somebody else. Because I want to do it. I want to be the person that you go to when you have issues. I want to be the person that you go to when you need something done. Like that's who I am. I want to be that person. So I did mention earlier that I'm a wing 3. And so traits of a wing 3 is kind of they're called the helper or achiever. So they command attention for self through establishing personal connections. They enjoy making others feel better, and they're generally very skilled at this. They develop personal traits to attract more direct, and they're more direct about their desires too. So they can be seductive for personal gain. It doesn't question their own motives at all. They are more extroverted, image-oriented, self-promoting, and ambitious than like a 2-wing 1. So for me, how that plays out is, you've seen it a little bit already, what we've talked about here. But for me, I try to, I'd say command attention. I definitely am. I definitely try to build myself on like my personal connections. I try to say, oh, I know this person, or I'm connected with this person somehow. And I do really enjoy making others feel better. If someone is not feeling good, if they're down, if they're bummed, I do try to make them feel better. I don't like when people are sad. I don't like when people if I think people are going to be mad at me. I really don't like that. If I think people are mad at me. I would say I've developed some personal talents. Again, I feel like I'm very good at whatever I do. Like my hobbies can be very, extreme, going from like building computers to home automation to if I want to do something, I do it. I've before come up with the skill and developed the skill to build circuit boards just because I wanted to, and somebody needed it done. So I said, I've never done this, but I would love to try for you. So I did that. What else have I done? I've also, I'm just very like, if I'm into it, I'm camping, I'm doing whatever, I'm making like the paracord bracelets, I'm, doing a lot of different things. I've developed a lot of different talents because I do really like when somebody needs me, when I feel like they need me because I know something. Like for some reason, I don't feel like Andy is good enough a lot. Like I feel like just because you're I'm a better friend if I can offer you this item, if I can offer you the fact that I know how to do this, I can know how to do video editing, I know how to do soundboard, I know how to do podcast recording, I know how to build computers, I know how to troubleshoot computers. I'm good at doing a lot of things, but I'm not like super deep in that. Like if you need me to like I'm not a very good sound editor. I'm really not. I'm okay. I'm fine. I get by, but I'm not to the level of like a sound engineer. And it's because I don't spend my time doing that. I enjoy doing it and I figure out what I need to do to make it work. And I enjoy doing it. But at the same time, I'm not always the very deep at that too. So for me, I'm developing my personal talents to attract other people. I don't think I know that. I don't think I do that on purpose. But I am developing those talents because I think, because people need that. Yeah. I don't usually question my own motives. If I want something, I'm going to try and get it. I'm definitely extroverted. I don't know that I'd say I'm image oriented. I guess I care what people think about me to a point, but I'm also the same kind of person that's going to go out and be like, I don't care what people think, so I'm going to do this random weird thing because I don't care what people think. I don't care that the person in the line at Culver's behind the drive-through thing questions me because I give a weird name, or I just try to be funny and just make people laugh. I'm definitely extroverted. I think that I've changed over the years, though. I mean, there's been definitely times that I have, like when I first got married to my wife, I was completely extroverted, but I've since then kind of melded and kind of been times that I want to be alone. I do need to be alone, but I would say I'm probably more outgoing and extroverted than a two-wing one. So again, that's just a little bit about me. It's a little bit about the two-wing, whatever. The 2-wing 3, this is who we are. It's a kind of a little bit of a dive into what it is to be a 2-wing 3. So thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the Dudes and Dads Talk the Enneagram. Again, this is just kind of about the Enneagram. If you've not checked out our other show, Dudes and Dads Podcast, go over to dudesanddadspodcast.com and check that out. We do a show every other week, and we just chat with people that we think have good stories. So definitely go out and check that out if you've not checked that out yet. Again, thanks guys for being awesome, and grace and peace.
Be sure to share the podcast on your favorite social media channels.